We're going live early because, boy, are you guys who tune in early. Like, I have a question, a serious question. I'm not making this up. I want to know this. I need to ask our Muslim agent in the field, or agents in the field. Somebody get Abu American on the horn here. I seriously want to know this. Those of you who were, we could just say Mideast in general, but I guess you'd have to be Muslim. How long does it take the average Muslim girl to get ready? And follow me on the logic here. Cappy waketh uppeth this morning at 6 a.m. Okay, because I'm taking some new natural sleep cocktail. It's working. It's knocking me out by 9. I wake up. Now, there's the girlfriend snoring like a 300-pound truck driver. Tongue hanging out, drool, Lake Michigan of drool on the bed. And I know she's going to be out for a while. So I got to figure out stuff to do. And I usually catch up on, the kind of piddly shit that builds up, the paying bills or whatever. Did a little bit of marketing for the book. And then the girlfriend finally wakes up, at 11:59 a.m., which she didn't. She wakes up like 7:40. And by that time, hour and a half has gone by. And I'm pretty Johnny on the spot. I'll tell you this. Ever since this internet thing with the smartphones, like I wake up, I'm not kidding. I wake up, boom, to work. It's less than 10 seconds I'm at work. And that may sound a little bit psychotic, but it's not. It's convenience. The phone is right there. Boom. What am I? And because largely my business is the brand name of me and selling books and all that, social media, boom, already off to the races and selling. So I have the benefit by the time my 300-pound truck driving, snoring girlfriend wakes up and finally gets her ass out of bed. I'm an hour and a half of the workday done. And compared to your average normie, conforming, and inferior, they're finally getting up. Or they commuted and maybe they got their coffee in there at 90 minutes in for the day. At best, your normal worker, your normal American worker has maybe half an hour in at the office. So I've been in my office for 90 minutes. And the 300-pound truck driver, snoring, drooling girlfriend that I have is finally, hey, sweetheart. Like, hey, Steve. Hey, Bubba. And then the observation begins like, how long until this fucking bitch gets out of my fucking house so I could get my fucking work done? Because I'm all caught up with the piddly stuff. Like I even did marketing, for God's sake. I looked up a bunch of men's support groups so I could send out this book, The Book of Numbers, analyzing the ROI and the pursuit of women. And so then I just watch and observe. Now, I told her, listen, woman. Listen, you 300-pound truck driving woman. I'm a busy motherfucking important internet guy who yells at the internet important things, sort of. And I'm going to say, how long do you need to get ready? About an hour. I say, 8:45. I'm going live. You get your fucking ass out of here by that time, woman. I swear to Christ. And she got out of here on time, but I'm just watching the female mind. And this, it's so clear and obvious why you girls make less. You just consume way more time on completely irrelevant things. And the observation I had is, wait, she doesn't have, no, she's not 300 pounds, JC. 300 pounds. No, it's a joke, JC. She's not 300 pounds. The bed would be like this. It'd be like a seesaw flinging me out. And so my logic was, where a lot of the time sink comes in is when, I'm not even talking to you girls because it's pointless to talk to you girls, but you guys is where they select how are they going to dress for the day. And admittedly, I have the benefit of wearing this shitty sweatshirt. I just I don't have to change my underwear. Half the time you guys see me in my pajamas. So I have that benefit. I mean, I know when you go out in public, you have to present yourself with a certain amount of decorum. But they have to have this right thing and that right thing. And does this go with that? Aaron, which one would you prefer? Shut the fuck up. I've trained her out of that. Not now. Like if we're going out on a date, I'll tell you what to wear. Wear those heels with that. But like when you go to work, I don't give a shit. Don't ask me what necklace. I do not have time. I am a busy, important internet guy, damn it. Well, I go back to being a security guard, paid $15, $16 an hour, then I have all the time in the world to answer your stupid questions. But you look, literally standing there like this is how are we going to solve the Cuban Missile Crisis level of thought and ponderance. I'm just watching because it's just like, choose a fucking shirt, choose a fucking pair of pants, put on some shoes, and get the fuck out of here. Even though she's way ahead of schedule, because I don't understand. And if she was single, or maybe there's a guy at work I'm unaware of. Maybe she's got to impress Kevin in sales. I don't think that's the case, though. Because I've got to look, you're not going to a fashion show. You're not going out in public to impress anyone. By God, all the younger women are just wearing sweatpants and this and that, and they look like utter shit. If you just put on a nice pair of slacks, put on a shirt that matches, maybe a little accented jewelry, put on your shoes, get the fuck out of here. Isn't your time valuable? So even when there isn't men to impress, Khrushchev sent Soviet submarines into the Caribbean. How do we counter that? Not Spiro Agnew. Who was Kennedy's military advisor? McNamara? Who was it? My 60s history is not that good. Get your counsel. Get the Joint Chiefs of Staff in here. What shoes do we wear when we go into work on a Wednesday? And so then it dawned on me, why don't you just dress down? Just get to the bare, you're going to school, just dress your bare minimum. And then it dawned on me, not to say that Muslim female fashion is down, but it's pretty down in standard. Here's your robe, put on your mask, and put on the hijab. And I'm being deadly serious when I ask this. If it would seem to me, whether the woman is married, single, professional, not professional, stay-at-home mom, or just single, not work, whatever, does it take Muslim women even a fraction of the time to get ready as Western women? Because my God, that's got to be a blessing. Where it's just like, hey, she's ready. You're not sitting there waiting or even just mouth agape. How much time can you piss away, woman? Because they're not putting on the makeup, I can't imagine. Maybe around the eyes. But I got to imagine they're ready and good to go out the door in under 5 minutes. You shower, take your morning shit. Muslim women shit, by the way. Don't think any different. And they fart too. They put it, it's not, I'm sure maybe, okay, today's hijab and this, different colors or sashes or whatever. You kind of watch the Somali women dress. They all dress the same. They all do. I can't tell the difference between, it's always a brown. There's not a lot of accent or colors. The younger girls do put on some colorful scarves or headgear. But I'd imagine they're ready to go in under 5 and off to off to life. Off to live life. And I'll tell you this. My girlfriend's good. She's one of the good ones. I know a gal that takes 2 fucking hours a day to get ready, and she's a gorgeous woman without the makeup. So okay, here, based East African warrior, tell her, how long does it take them to get, they don't use makeup. Right, okay. So that's what, half an hour savings? Contrasted to the average American woman? I'm looking to see if we got any Muslim dudes in here. Robert was an American business executive, a state secretary of defense. Okay, so I was right. Boy, I guess that one. Wasn't he a general in Vietnam? No. Anyway, that's why I got Ice Nose, $2 shekels for Cappy. How do I get the girls? You just pay for it. Just pay. Just buy them. you may have Cappy. What's with the wrong side? What's with the duct tape on the headphones? Because I'm going to address that because I know the peanut gallery is good. When you going to get to Cappy is an incredibly busy man. As you may have noticed, this is the first Clarey podcast we've had since Christmas of 2020. All right, we're 4 months. We're a third through the year, and I've had to do all this other shit. Now, admittedly, there are other podcasts that I did, and I had interviews with other people. It's been that busy. And so getting new headphones sometimes is not the number one priority list. Can you pick, we don't drink milk, but can you pick up something at the grocery store? Yeah, bitch, right after 6 months when I'm done with this fucking work year of hell. I'll get to it. Yeah, that's like 3,296 place right about now. And so I've learned something. I'm going to pass on my wisdom that I've learned from an expedition and adventure of getting headphones. Because in the before time, what you would do is, I need something. Headphones, for example. My headphones broke, and now one of them is slipping out like this, despite the amount of duct tape I put on it. And so what you would do in the before time when Americans were responsible and supply chains weren't crippled with morons and ineptitude and boomer management is you would go to the store, and by the powers of capitalism and free markets and profit motives, the stores would be stocked. And because there was intelligence involved, they knew that if they put forth a shitty product, you probably wouldn't buy from them again. So normally things work. You would go there with your money, say, I want these headphones. They'd be right there on the shelves. Okay, this is the before time. Right there on the shelves. Give me this. This is what I want. Right there, you can pick it up. Oh, look, this is what I want. Then you go to the checkout person or the bachelor lanes. You give it to them. You give them the money. And then that headphones is yours. And then you take it home and you plug it into the thing and it works. And you can hear noise coming out of the headphones. That's all different now. Okay. So now it's like, I need headphones. So you go down to the Walmart in my case, because Walmart has headphones, right? Walmart, big, the epitome before Amazon, the epitome of capitalist success. Look at the warehouse of wealth we produce and have it in stock to precisely measured quantities to meet demand. So we don't overstock, we don't understock it. And then you'd have a choice. Like Robin Williams in Coming to America, or a choice of coffee, you have a choice of headphones. Do you want super high-end headphones? You want mid-range headphones? Blue headphones, black headphones, purple headphones? What kind of headphones you want? The Headphone Emporium, right there, Amazon or Walmart. So I go there, and I'm looking at my options, and you have essentially 3 options at Walmart now. You have super high-end headphones that start at $99. Then you have one brand, I should have remembered the brand because they didn't work, of the headphones I want. One color, kind of this, like how I have ice nose here. It was that color, not that pretty. I just wanted standard black headphones. That's it. And then the other option is little kids' headphones, which are not even big enough for my head, but they're colors like Spider-Man motif and Care Bears or whatever they have. And then on all of them, to show you the further degradation of America, with parental volume control. Because I know when you guys are trying to turn up your phone while you're driving, which you shouldn't be doing, but you're doing it anyway, they make it a lot like, why is the volume not going up? And then you look, louder noises can cause hearing loss, like fucking assholes. You fucking nerds who can't get boobs, who think you're going to impress your Silicon Valley overlords by who added feature. Did you know listening to loud music is fucking nagging quantum to have to make everything safe? Swear to God, I'm going to start Aaron's Analogs Emporium, where everything's analog. There's no digital. There's no proof. It's just volume, turn up, boom, exactly. Listen to Van Halen. So with parental, so fuck that shit. So this is my only choice. I go with that one. Now, Do you think I could even just grab the headphones? No. Why? Because Americans have become so irresponsible because of rioting and looting. They have what is a $15 headphone locked behind a case. I remember the days you could just get spray paint. Didn't really need a lot of spray paint when I was a kid. Now it's locked behind a cage. Why? Because people snort it. That's how dumb it's become. So people are going to lift $15 headphones. So now I got to go get the guy. All right, you got to hunt him down. It's like Safari. You get your rifle. Where is the Walmart? Where's the guy with the blue vest? I'll settle for a gal where? What are you, one of those blue vested people? And actually, I will say this kid was sharp though. I was very impressed with him. A younger guy, tatted up. Surprise. Like, hey, can I help you with something? Like, whoa, that's never happened. Like, yeah, I need to get it. So we got to go get the key. Wasting labor, by the way. Wasting my time. Could be shopping for more shit. Well, I got to stay there awake because I got to be treated like a 10-year-old adult. Or, an SJW from the inner city. Just like, because I might take it. Because I'm entitled to it. Unlocks and here's your $50. Thank you. I'll check you out. Okay, check it out. Boom, 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 boom. Then I drive 40 minutes back to my house. Boy, new headphone. You open it. Of course, you need a lightsaber to cut through the plastic because someone's gonna like $15 headphones. We got to spend $800 of plastic to encase it. So I get my lightsaber, pull it out, plug it in. Nothing. I look at it, check it. Nothing. And I go to the box and I miss instructions. Did some Silicon Valley virgin fuck decide to add a safety feature I didn't want? And now I have to turn on a fucking $15 pair of headphones. Plug it in. Oh, there's a button. Oh, it's on and off. Okay. On. Plug it in. Nothing. Fucking things don't work. Because it's the after time. In the before time, things work. Now in the after time, we're a second world country. Maybe things work. Maybe they don't. We don't know. We're neo 2021 Americans. We just kind of give a good C- effort compared to our 1940s counterparts. Now I'm pissed because I have lots of work to do. And I don't make it up, guys. We haven't had a Clarey podcast in 4 months. Lots of shit going. I got to prepare for the center of, the Conference on Masculine Excellence for June. I got to put together a presentation. The house obviously has taken a disproportionate share of my time. And now for $15, and it angers me to no end. Because when you buy something or when you engage in business, you conduct any kind of business, the person you are conducting business with is making a claim to you. And they are claiming, I can deliver X. That's it. That's for a certain price, and whatever X is, it'll do these things. All right. So when I go to Walmart, claims to have headphones that work. Okay. They wouldn't make money if they said, well, none of our stuff works. We're the store of things where nothing works. That obviously. So it's implied that if you're offering headphones for this price, they will work. And it's just becoming so much more common where it doesn't, where that is the claim is false. And there was a great article written by The Economist over 20 years ago about why beer was so expensive. I think it was the Republic of Congo. And this is back when The Economist was good. It's a magazine in Britain. Don't bother reading it now. It's worthless. The actual journalist went to, was it Mali? Wherever the port was to get a case of beer. And he followed the beer and how it went. And all along the way, because you're going through multiple countries, you had to bribe. This guy needed to be bribed. This guy claimed he could do. This guy could claim he could do it. There's not a consistent, there's not like FedEx out there where there's a contract and it's, modern day infrastructure. Some local warlord guy was watching over a bridge. Like, no, you got to pay this toll to go over our bridge. And he didn't own the bridge. It was the country's bridge. And it turned out that whereas you could probably buy a beer on the coast for whatever it was, equivalent of $10 US, which is very expensive back then. But to get inside all of a sudden became like 40 or 50, 4 or 5 times more expensive than what it was on the coast because of all, not only the infrastructure problems, but because everyone was lying and not telling you that like half the time people would deliver. Now you got to pay wages, you got to pay for risk. And that, I keep telling you guys, it's not even the taxes. It's the culture and the bare fucking competence of people that's pissing me off about this country. And where I want to go, I'm going to go to a stable cultural country. The Middle East is starting to look a little bit, I'm not talking Iraq or Syria right now. Dubai, tell me more. Bahrain, tell me more. Qatar, all right. Southeast Asia, even China, the communist country. I guess you're pretty Chinese here, aren't you? You're not going to be letting no non-Chinese people in, right? Except me, I'll just sit here in my hut. Croatia, I don't know how homogenous or culturally stable Croatia is. But beyond that, like, what percent of your population does what it fucking says it's going to do? And the United States is tanking. Everybody. This has nothing to do with immigrants. This is just the latest generation of spoiled, worthless fucks being born and immigrating people coming in. We're all being a bunch of fucking losers and not doing what we fucking say. So Walmart said unto me, Aaron, we hath thine headphones. And they had them, but they didn't work. So now I got to spend another roughly hour of my time going back for $15 fucking dollars. Got shit to do, questions to answer. Blog posts are building up. I got an entire book worth of blog posts. And the rest of you, not to sound too arrogant and cocky, the rest of you get to suffer. Like, oh, I wish Cappy would write an article. Well, I don't get to write an article. That additional new production of GDP, that additional new production of value, not to sound arrogant, but if you enjoy reading my stuff, it's value, okay? You suffer a lower standard of living, and I make less income because I have to piss away my time because Walmart lied. Not consciously or maliciously. I'm sure their supplier lied. So that's why I have these headphones still, Peanut Gallery. And that's why there's a lot more duct tape on this one. You notice it's not flipping out because duct tape really never works, right? It works like for 30 seconds, then it starts to give. And so I duct tape the hell out of it. I don't know if you can see it. So that it actually stays somewhat against my ear because it does look stupid and it's annoying as hell having only one. It's like being deaf in one ear. So that's why, boys and girls, Cappy has duct tape on his headphones. Todd Mapelli for $2 British pound. Morning, Cappy. Master of Science and Computer Science is going good by like. Good. Wait, that's right. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you're the British guy. Yep. Cool. Hope you make lots of money. Can't you make money on the side already? I mean, if you have an undergrad in it, can't you just, after you're done going to school, you start doing some side work? James G, $2. Did you like Mexico or Canada for long-term living? Oh, if I had to choose between the two, that's tough. I'll give you caveats. Like if I could fly south for the winter, I would live in like Alberta or British Columbia. I'd probably live in the town of Smithers, to be perfectly honest. British Columbia. Although Banff and Jasper were beautiful too. There's Revelstoke or Castlegar. There's a score of towns I could live in British Columbia and Alberta. But the problem is that just gets too dang cold. Way too cold. And so if I could go down to, and they do, a lot of Canadians go down to a town called Puerto Peñasco over in Mexico. It's right on, how Mexico's got that one arm going down Sea of Cortez. It's right there in the armpit. And there they are, along with all of the Green Bay Packers fans. It's just RVs lined up, Canadian flags, Green Bay Packer flags, maybe an American flag or two. But you're like, wow, there's a lot of Canadians and Green Bay Packer fans. So if I could do that's where I'd live. That's what I would do. But if I had to do it year round, I would probably go to Mexico. But there, of course, you have the problems with corruption and my bank account gets stolen or would I get shot by the cartel. So I'd have to find a place that is very safe. I don't want to live in Cancun or Puerto Vallarta. I would want to live in a quiet little sleepy town in Mexico somewhere. I'd learn the language. Give me some good motorcycle riding. But, the gringo who has $10,000, go cut his head off and take it. But yeah, and we're talking year round, it'd be Mexico. I'd take the risk over the snow. But if I was allowed to travel for winter, I'd go to Canada. Because those Canadian Rockies are unreal. Unreal. Let's go back up to ice snows. What do you think of IKEA, Cappy? I hate it. I'm surprised there's still these stupid motherfuckers lining up out of it. Now, if you go by the Mall of America, IKEA shares a parking lot with the Mall of America. There's the sheep lined up to buy shit that isn't in stock. It's great. Like, it's just they line up. You go on a weekend. I mean, this happens in winter in Minnesota, by the way. Like, it could be 10 degrees outside. These sheep will line up outdoors to go into IKEA. And I've been through IKEA, and the concept probably was really great at one time. Like, oh, look at all this cheap furniture. Yeah, this is cool. I like the design. I was going to buy furniture there. Until, like Walmart, they lied to me. We have this in stock, but it'll take 4 to 5 weeks for delivery. 4 to 5 months later, where's my fucking shit? We lost your order. Fuck you, IKEA. And there's sweets. Again, further proof, may I point out, it is not our immigrant brothers and sisters. It is not our brown or black brethren from southern or equatorial climes. It's the fucking sweets. Like the fucking goody two-shoes Ned Flanders Boy Scouts of the world. Like, they're just so perfect with high test scores and no debt. Oh my God, it's so wonderful. They don't even have their shit together. If the Swedes don't honor their word, what's the rest of us supposed to do? It's compelling because there's no reason. And then when I have to drive to and from Walmart twice, then you're stuck in traffic. And there's no rush hour at this time of day. And with the COVID, there's no traffic it's not like I'm in a traffic jam. But man, I'm not kidding. I've been here for 25 years. People generally drove competently back. Oh yeah, you had your stereotypical token old Asian lady in the left lane. Now everyone's an idiot. Like, no one pays it. And so now it becomes a belaboring chore just to go conduct errands. And now the compelling case is like, man, I really do not want to buy things. Like, I want to sit in my house. Now, thankfully, I'm moving to South Dakota where they're very low population. People still drive like idiots, but usually there's an open lane next to that idiot that you could get around. Not two fucking idiots from Minnesota like, yeah. Oh, yeah, there, don't you know? Oh, I can't wait to pay more taxes and have my daughter come back from Carleton College to tell me I'm a racist, sexist, homophobe, yeah? Nothing's too good for daddy's little princess. And it's like, no, I'm not dealing with you. I'm just not dealing with you people. I'm not even going to go out. I'm not even going out. Rarely go towards the city. Unfortunately, Lucifer and Geronimo live towards the city, so you got to go over there. But man, it's like, I'm going to Wisconsin. Oh, I go to a ton of Wisconsin restaurants and bars. That's the place to go there. You go away from the city. Heavy Water Tread. Morning for $5. Morning, Heavy Water. Ron Suarez. Cappy, how much was your first bike? $300. It was this crappy piece of shit my friend recommended I get. And the tires were rotting. I'm surprised I didn't crash that thing. Not that I would have crashed it, but something would have gone, like a brake cable, axle seizing up. Then we found out that my buddy knew jack all shit about motorcycles, and he shouldn't be listened to. Kate Ann. Oh, one of the few guests. Oh, yeah, Kate. I know Kate. Yeah, $5. Just saying hi from one of your female Facebook friends. Love your content, especially the rants about feminists. So thank you, Kate. Kate is one of the few thin women in America. She might be, I think, the last thin woman in America. James G, $2. Why did you not pick Florida as your Southern Command? I was this close to doing it until I spent 2 weeks by myself there. I had a buddy down there and he had to run business, and then the girlfriend had to work, I think. So I just had 2 weeks to myself. This is going to be great. And then you find out all of Florida is the same, except when you get to the Panhandle and maybe more towards Jacksonville. But it's all chain restaurants and Thai food places and sushi joints and flatness. And unless you are into water sports, like you boat or you do offshore fishing, or you're a food, like if you're a foodie, Florida, it's heaven. Go to Florida. Golf, there's golf there too, but it's just so flat. And when I was riding my motorcycle around, I'm like, or when you want to go run, hike, there's no hiking in Florida. So it's very metropolitan. Like you either live on one of the main towns, you live on the coast, essentially the entire coast has been built up. And then on the inside, it's just flat with smaller towns. If you like roller coasters, there's Orlando. But for an outdoorsman like me, I liked it, but I'm like, I will probably get bored as hell out here. So, when I decide to get fat and I want to eat a lot of food at a ton of chain restaurants, I'll go to Florida. But even there, the traffic's getting real bad because you're on a choke point. You're on a peninsula, and everyone from New York and like anyone who's at any kind of work ethic and is sick and tired of snow and taxes, they go down there. So great state. I love it. Fresh and fit. The podcast right here. Those guys love Miami. It's a nice place for young people to be. It's like the modern day New York that doesn't suck without the crime. But not for me. Competent Man, Mall of America, currently in Chapter 11. Really? No kidding. Aw, that's too bad. Yet another established institution within Minnesota that has collapsed. We're going to have no institution. The only institution we're going to have is like the state government. That's it. You'll just have the Capitol building, and there won't be anything else. I just cheer on the demise of this state and its people. Leif Barstow, $10. Use a plastic knife or similar as a splint to help keep the headphone in place. No, I just used a bunch of duct tape. Oh, to conclude the headphone story, now this is like my fourth or fifth time where I unconsciously I'll stop at Walmart because fuck Target. I'll stop at Walmart. This is the last time that I will be stopping at a physical retailer store. I'm going to buy as much as I possibly can through Amazon because the headache and the time costs are not worth it. It's just not worth it. If I need a shirt or something like I got to fit, something I actually got to visually see, fine, I'll go get it. If I need something that day, fine, I'll go get it. If they have it in stock and it works. But this is about the fifth time now, and you add that up 5, where I'm wasting 2 hours of my time. That's 10 hours wasted. Whatever savings I got going and getting it instead of paying the delivery fee is wasted. It's gone. It's eliminated. And it's not only mentally healthier for you and a convenience, it's easier for you to buy online, it's very likely cheaper. So unless you live like right next door to a Walmart, it's not worth going to. It's just not worth it. Alex Patino, our truck driving Latino agent in the field, for $5. For your audience, read Free Speech Isn't Free by Roosh V. He talks about being a patriarch. Roosh is a great writer. I've only read about maybe a third of his books. And his book, Dead Bat in Paraguay, is my favorite. But I've read Day Bang. What else did I read? Dead Bat Paraguay, Day Bang. Lady, the book he wrote to women. Of course, no women read it, but who? Unless it says, stuff your face with the food you want, you go girl, and you're the most important. You're the center of the universe. Unless it tells women that the center of the universe, they ain't going to read it. Okay, generally speaking, you'll get some true independent intellectuals like Kate to tune in. Or a couple of the gals, we've had a little increase in the women here a little. Got some. But, for those 3 ladies, Guy Savelli for $10. Locksmith in Minnesota. Drivers are the absolute. Oh, that's right. You're the locksmith. Yeah. Drivers are absolutely worst. Looks like half of them are drunk. I would argue Nebraskan and Wisconsin drivers are the worst. Because we live in Minnesota, so we obviously think Minnesotans are the worst drivers. But in my international travels, I have never want to, pull over, grab a gun, and shoot someone from Nebraska or Wisconsin more. I just like, you're a threat to society, and I am doing society a favor. Competent man, $5. Correction in agreement to void Chapter 11, but millions behind on their mortgage payments, about 3 months. Collateral decreased from 2.3 billion to 1.9. Dude, all they got to do is turn that into housing. Or just get converted into luxury condos. Oh. And then the housing prices will go up because money printer went burr. That's interesting. I have to look at that. There's just a little piece of me before I leave Minnesota for good, because I'm traveling back and forth moving. That's why I'm here in the sucky command. The Mall of America, I think, was built in 89. And I moved here in 93. So it was all new and fancy and the novelty. I had never been to it. And so you would go there because that was the place to go. And it was like, I was young and I take dates there and driving my piece of shit Ford Escort, holding a girl's hand. Oh, and I take you to the Napa Valley Grill. Holy shit, what's the tab? Don't reach for your wallet. No, I know you're from Edina. I know you're from Eden Prairie. This is when Eden Prairie was rich. I know you come from one of those vowel suburbs. Don't dare reach for your wallet, even though mom and dad pay for everything. Just let me with my $6.90 per hour income pay for this. Whoever asks pays. Okay, you cowardly little bitches. When are you going to start asking, equal people? Oh, never. So transparent. Aaron, are you still pissed off about it? Yes. Wrong is wrong. They're like, oh, why can't you just let bygones be bygones? Because you were fucking assholes back then. No, I'm not forgiving you. You're a dick. Fuck off. Did you visit Orlando or Tampa or St. Pete? Yeah, I primarily hung out in St. Petersburg. I love St. Petersburg and Tampa. That's where I would have bought or lived. The waterfront on St. Pete's, which is on Tampa Bay, not the ocean, is wonderful, beautiful architecture. Just a wonderful city to be in. If you don't like to hike, may I recommend St. Petersburg. Stay away from the south side. I'll tell you a story later. And then Tampa is a bit more metropolitan. Not a lot of nightlife, but man, ton of cigar lounges out there. Some nice cigar lounges. And I did visit Orlando. Met Matt Baldoni in a parking lot. I won't say what happened. No, he was performing in Orlando, and I was going through town, and so I met him. He was like a war vet, just happier than hell to see me. He had been on the road, I think, for 3 months by that time. And I have nothing against Orlando. It's just I'm not into theme parks all that much. Nice town. I'd rather... it'd be St. Pete or maybe St. Augustine or one of the coastal towns on the Pacific Atlantic side that's maybe not as populated. Juan Navarro, $10. How do I fix my Harley? You trade it in, you sell it for scrap, you take your $300 you might get for scrap, and then you go buy a Honda. That's how you fix your Harley. It won't start, and I agree. Miami is great to visit, but I lived there 8 years, and it wasn't for me. Rather live in Tennessee, where I can. Yeah, Tennessee. Yeah, you got mountains. It's beautiful. Not as hot and muggy. I can't ride my bike because I bought a Harley. You know what you should do? Okay, well, they'd make you take it back. You should go to the Tree of Shame at the end of Dragon's Tail and just chain your Harley around it and just say, free piece of junk that doesn't work or something like that. Like it wrecked itself or something. That would make a statement. But they probably say, like, hey, get your bike out of here. And you have to push it all the way back to wherever you live. Shannon Spiderweb, another gal who praises what you and other men are doing. This one currently is from Maine. Oh, good. Say hi to the moose. It's nice to see the ladies. Fred Freeman Sowell. Wow, Fred, did you reach down in your pocket and find $3 extra? Well, I am impressed. What? Do you even know what $5 is? Dude, bro, I'm going to start a hedge fund focused on investing in husband store futures market. I need a CPA in Chicago. I know one, and maybe an MBA. Help? Dude, bro, if you got your MBA from the Carlson School of Management, yo, we could go to Sergeant Preston's, have some beers. Oh, wait, we can't go to Sergeant Preston's because that's another Minnesota institution that's gone. Liquor Lyles is another one. You guys know the story. Okay, a little bit of Minnesota history here. Minneapolis history. So there's Lee's Liquor Lounge, and then there was Liquor Lyles. I've told the story before that Lee's Liquor Lounge used to have a ton of swing dancing and rockabilly and good old stuff going on in kind of one of the lesser parts of town. So I'd go dance there. So one night I go dancing there. I had scotch, whiskey, and burnt through that in 2 hours of dancing. So then I hop in my gutless Cutlass, my 85 Cutlass Supreme, muffler hanging up by coat hangers. So it made the noise without a muffler, but then the cops couldn't pull me over because like, Mom, my muffler's right there. See, it's attached. It's like swinging. So a buddy might, hey, we're at Liquor Lyles. You want to know? Liquor Lyles was just straight south, half a mile. Oh, yeah. I was, yeah. So I head down, what was it? Hennepin, I think it was. Yeah, Hennepin. Atham, look it up. And then a state trooper pulls me over. And so he pulls me over. He says, driver's license, registration. He says, where are you coming from? Lee's Liquor Lounge. He says, where are you going? Liquor Lyles. He says, have you been drinking? Yes. And he tried so hard not to laugh. He had to turn around. And he says, look, getting driver's and insurance. And he says, okay, taillights out. I said, oh, okay. Which one? Left raise is left one. I said, all right. I think he could tell I was so. But anyway, so Liquor Lyles is closed, and so is Lee's Liquor Lounge. And I'm cheering, baby. I'm cheering. I want Sebastian Joe's closed too. Come on, guys. You put all the Black Lives Matter art up on your little coffee cafe seating area. Come on, let's go. Establishment. That's like the heart. Once Sebastian Joe's is gone, boom. It's put a knife in it. Minneapolis is done. I mean, it's already done. But yes, Fred, you could start a hedge fund. We all make 6 figs, bro. At the Carlson School of Management. I can't wait for the day like the Carlson School of Management or the University of Minnesota in general is just surrounded by filth and poverty and crime. The West Bank's already kind of like that. Hard Times Cafe. That might even hang on. I wonder if the Hard Times Cafe is open. Well, looks like it's open. Hard Times Cafe. Oh, that'll get burnt down too. All right. Fred for $2. Bro, pension solvency. My hedge fund alpha will save. James G, $2. Which one do you enjoy for lifestyle? British Columbia or Alberta? I'd probably prefer Alberta because there are lower taxes in British Columbia because of Vancouver. Vancouver is all hippy dippy. But I would say British Columbia is prettier than Alberta because Alberta is like Colorado. It just goes right up to the Rockies. The rest of it's flat. British Columbia is nothing but mountains and coast, and it goes up to Alaska. It's incredibly beautiful. All right. Let me go here. All right. Today's podcast is brought to you by the Conference on Masculine Excellence. I'm going to put it in the chat room here so you guys can find it. I will be speaking at this. This is ran by Donovan Sharp. It is $1,500 for regular ticket, basically $2,000 for a VIP ticket. You're saying, whoa, that's expensive. And you're like, whoa, you're right. And would this be of benefit for my regular listeners? Probably not. But if you are new and you have not been raised appropriately by a dad, or you just don't have a dad around, trust you me, it might be worth taking this because it's not just me. Of course, my topic will be financial excellence, but there are 13 or 12 other speakers. I think with Donovan, it's 13, including people you like more than me. Terrence Popp, Joker from Better Bachelor. Well, no one likes Myron Gaines more than me. I mean, come on, it's Myron Gaines. Terrence Popp, who else was she? There's Coach Greg Adams, George Bruno, Phil Foster. Well, I put the link in there. You can go find out. Go look at that. The point is, it's not just me. And heck, Pop's going to be there. I was so happy to meet Pop when we went over to Vegas for the photo shoot. So that's there. So if you want, go ahead, take a look at that. It is June 4th through the 6th in Las Vegas. You will get free lodging, and I think you get some meals. I don't want to say free meals. Okay. It's not like you can just eat anywhere, but I think that the hotel they're having, there's like several dinners that are included. The details are on that website. And then I get, there's meet and greet if you want to meet me and say, wow, you are as short as you say you are. Yes, I am. Hello up there, fan. Pop was not as tall as I thought he was. I mean, he's taller than me, obviously, but I thought he was like, because he did that tough man competition. He's not that tall. I thought he was like 6'2" and would just crush me. He's like 6, maybe 5'11" even. But you could just see, like, yeah, you call him sir. There's a bar fight. I want Pop on my side. Blake will be there too for those of you who are fans. So we got that. What else? What else is this brought to you by? Strongman Personal Finance. He claims to be the younger and more attractive Aaron Clarey. He is ex-military, and he does a channel on personal financial management and likes of that. I have just put that link into the chat room as well. Who else we got? The Alpha Male Guide. This is also a YouTube channel that you may want to tune into. And what he does, if I remember correctly, he takes excerpts from other people's books and makes cartoons out of them. Digital cartoons, but it's kind of interesting. He's like, hey, can I... You don't have to email. Hey, Aaron, can I have permission to promote your stuff? Yes, go. It's like when you go into the bank, you're like, will you accept deposits from other people? Yeah. Just people want to randomly donate money to my bank account. No withdrawals, though, but deposits, yeah. Joe Blow comes off the street, wants to give me $350. Well, I'll take it. PirateBookTakedown.com. If you happen to be a content creator, whether you're an author, YouTube guy, or whatever, go hire Pirate Book Takedown over at PirateBookTakedown.com. And Doug will go and scour the internet for people that are offering your hard work for free. And I have to have him go and filter through the internet one more time to make sure no one's like stealing my stuff. But yeah, go ahead, go check that out for those of you who are creators. Non-communistsciencefiction.com. I met my buddy Michael Kingswood not too long ago. And if you like science fiction, but you don't like the sermoning and the politics that typically, science fiction writers are, which is communist. If you don't like that, go to non-communistsciencefiction.com and get yourself a book. The Science of Mastering Women, written by Linda Gross. Let me grab that link. I'll put it in there. Like that. She's a psychologist. Check out her podcast, by the way, if you guys are looking for another podcast to tune into. Linda Gross, spelled the way it sounds. She's one of the gals out there that kind of likes guys. And then bunkerbasics.com. At Bunker Basics Bob discusses how preparedness is insurance against the risk of disaster. He discusses how you can become more self-reliant when knowing the government is prone to taking massive miscalculations. Bob shares the tenets of prepping, income diversification, frugality, skill development, risk management, and more. At bunkerbasics.com, you're not getting a rant from a guy in his mom's basement like me. There's actually people who still think I live in my mom's basement. I look at some loser living in the basement. Yeah, okay, whatever, man. You're getting actionable steps you can take to better prepare yourself for a shit hits the fan event like the coronavirus pandemic. So go to bunkerbasics.com with Bunker Bob. All right, let's get through so I don't fall too far behind on the whole super chats here. We will get to stories and topics I want to talk. There's some great news articles. Scott Lutke, $5. I'm at the point now where if China or Russia took over the United States, I would be fine with it. Yeah, I would be too. I'd be perfectly fine with it. Or at least there's like some sanity. That's another thing. The mental health of the United States population is just decaying. And I'm saying, like, half the population is trained, doesn't necessarily hate, though certainly some do hate, but a significant percent of the female population is trained to compete and be adversarial with the other half, like a Microsoft Cold War between two groups of people. Like, I don't know how a country overcomes that. And it certainly does not do well for the mental state. And whereas I am all for non-binary sexes and do what you want, but I'm really concerned what percentage of that is straight people faking it so they can get attention, which, by the way, is going to cause you an incredible, well, one, it's also insulting to people who actually are non-binary, gay, trans, whatever. But it also wreaks an unimaginable amount of psychological stress on you. And I just look at, no one has any common sense anymore. No one. People think it's perfectly acceptable to burn down buildings, and some politicians will let it happen in their own constituency, in their own district. I just want to go to a place where, and I'm not joking, I'll say it again. You can look up female obesity rates by country. And I'm going to use that as one of the key barometers to go to find out, all right, where are they saying? Like, where does half the population know that, yeah, men like svelte women, and by the fact they are thin, or at least not fat, means they kind of do still care about the other half of the population. In other words, they're not warring with them. It's not like I'm looking for another side piece of foreign tale. I just want to go where there's no fucking sex war. And plus, I'm sick and tired of my eyes being raped by ugly fat people, both men and women. And we did go to Walmart twice. Fred Freeman Sowell for $2. My wife, Tina from Edina, wants kids to go to Wyzetta. Yes, because you don't love your children or your wife unless you go to Wyzetta. But what you should first do, Fred, is you should get your dream job down in Dallas, Texas, or Phoenix, or Vegas, or St. Petersburg, or Knoxville, Tennessee, where it's wonderful and you're having a grand time and everything's great. And then the second you have a kid, it's best that then your wife says, I want good schools and I want to miss my parents. And then you go back up to the northern frozen tundra of Minnesota where life sucks. But you're nearer parents and you got good schools. Why does he need Viagra? I don't know. Must be biophysiological. That's why he needs Viagra. Could it be you're a fat, insufferable bitch? By that time, why would you, like, if your wife gets that fat or that not nice, just mean's not the right word, but just that unattractive, both physically and romantically, psychologically, personality wise, why would you take it? Does it, I know it gives you an erection, but does it make you horny? You're like, oh, you again, except plus 70 pounds. Yay. Oh, you have a dysfunction. Like I said, you give me a big-titted, hot, good-looking redhead. You plant her right in front of the guy with heels and thigh highs on, some guy that has erectile dysfunction, I guarantee you it will go away. Or the majority of instances. I do believe there is such a thing as erectile dysfunction. Oh, isn't it? It's not a parallel. It's the exact same thing. The kid is misbehaving because there's no dad around. This kid must have a mental disorder. Put him on Ritalin. This guy can't get it up. It must be a physical disorder. Get him on Viagra. Can't be his wife is fat. No. Couldn't be the environment at all. No, there's something physically wrong with you. Here's some drugs. Fred Freeman saw 3 weeks till Mexico. What if I'm not allowed back in the United States? Well, can you do your work from the internet? I liked Mexico when I was there. The 2 times I've been there. Man, I just go explore and be very careful. Like, is there safer? I'd research that. Where's the safest? I think it's state. Is it Chihuahua that's the safest state? What's the safest state? Is the Baja Peninsula very safe? Juan Navarro, $5. Real question. What would you say is the greatest value that Fresh and Fit brings to the table that isn't offered by previous generation, aka you? They are younger and they are the experts. They're not more knowing. They are the most knowing. They are by leaps and bounds, the foremost experts on online dating and the modern day realities of dating younger gals, which is what the majority of men want to. Majority of old and young men want to. I knew online dating was a thing, but I didn't realize how quickly this arms race had advanced to where, like, you have to have Instagram. Like, if I were Aaron, if you had to go back to dating, what would you do? Well, one, I would probably go to seeking arrangement, right? Just to deal with that. But 2, if I want to find another guy, I'd probably ask girls how to run day game like an old fart like Troy Francis. Right? But if you are a younger man, because I'm almost 50 here, guys, I'm a different generation. But for a younger man, it's all online. You have to be on Instagram. You have to have professional photos. And these guys have gotten it down to a science, and that's all this really is. Red Pill is like, okay, how much of this is science? And then what the rest is variable. We're always seeking alpha or eliminating idiosyncratic risk, if I remember my finance classes correctly. And I think they've done some wonderful work. Taking a look at online data, especially Fresh. Fresh is, he knows his online game. Troy had physical game. Fresh has got online game. And since everything is online, especially now during the great and merciful Corona Chan, you're almost compelled to go do that. And I also think they have a great pulse. Now, of course, I think it's a little bit skewed because they're in Miami, but I think they got a great pulse on the demands and expectations of young women. That's why they bring them in. I also think that them bringing young women in to interview them is well, I wouldn't do it. In parts of somebody, one of you cocky, schmoes out there, like, why don't you bring in a bunch of hot Minnesota women like Fresh and Fit to in Miami? I'm like, here's the problem with your idea. Hot Minnesota women. And where might we find those? Oh, at the Mall of America. We'll go to the Hot Minnesota Women's store at the Mall of America. I'll just go get 3 boxes. Oh, wait, hey, these don't work the way they don't. Damn it. The Hot Minnesota Women's store lied to me like Walmart and IKEA. Curses. Yeah, so that's they do good work. They are definitely contributing. I mean, for 2 idiotic schmoes. I mean, they're mentally retarded, yet look what they can achieve. See? I mean, it's like, wow. Oh, we got another lady here. Jennifer Rogers, 22-year-old housewife from Maine. I love you, Cappy. Thank you. You want email picture of the family? I always get occasional pictures, although I'm also on their Instagram thing. The Kosteleckis. I always like watching the child slave labor and what the mom and dad have the kids doing at that point in time. So, well, thank you. Well, hello to your family, Jennifer. James G for $2. Why is Asia looked down upon for long-term living? I don't know. Is it? I mean, Asia's a pretty big place, man. Like, are we talking Russia? Are we talking India? Are we talking Afghanistan? Are we talking Mongolia? That's a country I have no desire to visit. I don't know why. I don't want to go to Mongolia. Maybe it's all those warrior Genghis Khan documentaries and movies I see. It's always cloudy. It's always cold. Everyone's killing each other. Even though I know that was in the 1200s. Sean Admonson, $5 Australian. Post-corona, are you coming to Australia? Melbourne. Ignoring the RNE, which is Melbourne, has many blue-haired BB tattooed pierced feminists with sociology degrees and Subway vajayjays. No, I'm not against Australia. I just from what Adam Piggott, pushingrubberdownhill.com, by the way, from what he told me about it, what I've seen going on there, I just know and it sounds pretty Western. And when I go on my global trip, I don't want to go visit another Western country. I'm probably going to go first to the Philippines. Maybe say hi to Matt Tran. I'm going to go to Japan. Say hi to our Waller's tits buddy, Modern Life Dating John. He wants. I don't think I'm going to want to stay in Japan. I'm going to visit because I got a host there, so he can show me Tokyo. Then I'm going to go to Southeast Asia and do all the, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, Jakarta, Phuket, Bangkok. Just bum around there for 2 or 3 months. And avoid the one that's still a communist dictatorship. I forget which one it is. Might go to India, visit an Indian buddy of mine. There again, I don't know but who knows? Maybe I'll stop like, this is the place. Oh my God. I walk into some village. There's an effigy statue of me and everyone's worshiping me and calling me God. I'm like, but then you watch the movie, The Man Who Would Be King. Have you guys ever seen that movie? And then I'm dead. Sean Connery movie. And Michael Caine, was it? That's an old one. So yeah, I don't really have a desire to go to Australia. Alex Patino, $5. It's easy to set up ED. All you do is stop eating processed food. Oh, to stop erectile dysfunction. All you do is stop eating processed food. That includes fast food joints and exercise at least 10 minutes a day and stop being lazy. Yeah, it could be. Look, but you could be a guy who's in shape. And if you got a fat wife that you don't want to fuck, I mean, you just can't get it up. And then out of politeness, oh yeah, it's a disorder. Because woman's feelings, uber alles, right? Juan Doe, €2. Meet up in Europe, mock Jack in person. I would love to do that. I think on my way back, maybe I would stop in there. And I'd stop, visit Jack. Maybe we do a European meetup because I know there's a lot of European listeners. We'll even get Eirik from Norway to come down in this platinum flying plane that they got for free off of the Sovereign Oil Wealth Fund. And then I am going to go to Sad Hill Cemetery in Spain and stand where Clint Eastwood and Lee Van Cleef and Eli Wallach stood in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That's really the only thing I want to see in Europe. That's really about the only thing. All right. We're caught up. Don't know if you saw this. Famous Japanese woman biker is actually a 50-year-old man. Bizarre viral story. A Japanese woman biker has recently revealed to be a 50-year-old man who altered his face with a Photoshop app. I'm gonna post this in the chat room. You got to see his actual face versus what he made himself look like. Where are we? Here we are. I'll put this over here so you guys can see that. With Photoshop and Face App to look like a woman and gain followers. And I would not be able to tell that is a Photoshop. Maybe I'm just not cynical enough. And then you see his picture and what he did. So the girl has like long red hair, or he has long red hair in the girl pictures, but he also has long red hair. So he didn't Photoshop the hair. The hair is real. Maybe that's the trick, but it's great. In a bizarre incident, a young Japanese woman biker with a large following on social media was recently revealed to be a 50-year-old man. Yes, you read that right. According to Lad Bible, the man who had a Twitter account and the handle Azusagakuyuki enjoys a following of over 20,000 people. The fact that he was posing as a woman came to light when netizens found out a picture in which they could see his reflection. Oh, he got busted. Life is once man. I know it's the 4chan guys, but how bored you got to be to look for people's reflections. The biker used to regularly post pictures of himself reportedly standing in front of the bike. For the longest time, no one could guess that the pictures were actually of a man. Then netizens turned, it's like instead of citizens, it's netizens. Oh, see how cute that was. turned suspicious of a picture that the woman posted on February 11th in the rearview mirror where it was supposed to be her picture. Netizens saw the reflection of a middle-aged man. After people drew these conclusions, a Japanese TV show tracked the man down. They were shocked to find that underneath the helmet was a man with shoulder-length hair. It is believed that the man altered the way he looks to deceive people and increase his followers. Oh, you mean like women do? Like with Photoshop and lip thing and boobies and heels? Oh. He told the media outlet Now News that once he posted a picture of himself as a woman for fun. However, he soon gained 1,000 followers. Do not tell me you women have it so hard. Do not. Do not. And now, look, if everything's going digital and we're not going to meet in meet space, you're never going to meet, period. I think this is perfect. This is great. I'm not even going to add, Aaron, how should I join the military, Aaron? You keep it right. No, learn net Photoshop and whatever the other software was. Learn the face filters, turn yourself into a hot chick. Oh, by the way, do all the cool shit you want to do, like shoot guns and go fishing and ride motorcycles and do all that stuff. But just make yourself a hot chick, spend the hour to make yourself a hot chick and then make profit. That's it. Step 1, collect underpants. Step 2, step 3, profit. Just turn yourself. Look, it's all fair. It's all fair now, guys. Everything is fair. It's not immoral. It's not unjust. It's not wrong. None of these girls, you think the Instagram or any, fans only or whatever these, whatever on, you think they actually have an intention of meeting these guys? You think these guys even want to meet these girls? Give them the lie. Give them the lie. I mean, how many guys jerked off to this 50-year-old man, frankly? I mean, could you imagine if think about this, let's just go back now, okay? If we went back to when I started blogging in 2004, I don't know if the digital editing technology existed back then. And I could have just presented myself as a hot chick with this brain, what I've written about economics. Dude, Laura Southern would have been in a South freaking Pole. That's how Southern she would have been in Irrelevant, right? I would have made killer coin. Write a book, and as long as I didn't do video, see, and that's the thing, is I wouldn't have been able to make the jump to video or podcasting because obviously my voice. But up until what, and I could have kept my blog going. How much further would I be at? And here's the thing. Why even bother with the facade of economics? Why even bother with that? Just, hey, guys. And you're going to say, hey, guys, just pose with the gun. Okay, make my ugly face look hot. I'm serious. You young guys back at home, you got some hobbies like to do. You got no job prospects. Go learn Photoshop. Go make yourself a hot girl. And you know exactly what guys see. This is what you have an advantage over the real girls that go on the fans only and all that. You could do exactly what men want. Fishing, shooting guns, posing in the sexy lingerie, whatever. You'd have to get a female friend. You kind of have to, you have to get in on code. Look, I need your body. Not in that way. We're going to put my face with this fake woman's face on it. Then she'd stab you in the back. I know John Johnson, the guy with 1.7 million Twitter followers that makes $10 million a year selling her pictures online. It's a guy using my body, and I demand 90% of his money. And then he moved to Phuket, Thailand. However, soon he gained 1,000 followers, so he continued deceiving people. Fuck off. The man had been altering his face using Face App and Photoshop to look like a young woman. This is crazy. No, it's completely expected. It's completely expected. There's only one comment on this. Post a comment. 1. Deceiving people. This is what most of our politicians do to the public on a daily basis. So there you go. Also with internet drama, this is a little bit more, I'm serious about this one. So YouTube temporarily demonetizes James Charles' channel over misconduct allegations. Now, if you don't know who James Charles is, he was a teenager at one time. I guess we all were. Unless you died at 12, which would be tragic, but then you'd never be a teenager. Larger point being, so this guy, you may remember, he was like the first, and he was underage, I think he was 16, young man to do makeup. I think he's straight, but he dressed makeup, and every female magazine in the nation, in the world, oh, he's brave. I think he even made the cover of Vogue, or maybe like Most Beautiful Woman or something like that, where men are beating women at being women, that kind of thing. So he, of course, because it's edgy and new, and you know, it's fighting the system, he was launched immediately into fame, which I'm not against. If you want to celebrate a 16-year-old boy wearing makeup, ladies, go ahead. Well, it's been a couple years now, so I'll go through the crisis. YouTube confirmed to news site Insider that Charles has been removed, albeit temporarily, from the partner program, which allows creators to monetize the channels through the platform. The Google-owned video site reportedly invoked its creator responsibility policy, which says that creators may be penalized for, among other behaviors, participating in abuse or violence, demonstrating cruelty, or participating in fraudulent/deceptive behavior leading to real-world harm. So, like, this guy is like doing something horrible. You're like, what did he do? Like, you know, did he threaten somebody? Did he lead a little child into a dark alley? What did he do? So here's it. Mashable has reached out to YouTube for clarification on the nature and length of Charles's suspension, and has also reached out to Charles's representatives for comment. Charles, who is 21, has been the subject of here's his sin. Has been the subject of allegations by multiple people in the last few years, including two 16-year-old boys who shared direct message conversations with Charles that were sexual in nature. He appeared to confirm that those messages were authentic in an apology video posted April 2nd titled Holding Myself Accountable, in which Charles claimed that he was led to believe the boys were 18. While it's not clear which specific individuals he's referring to, one previous accused told the Insider he is 16. Really? Really? Now it goes First National Bank. Nope. Too late. Look at who they are. 16 denied ever claiming to be 18 in his alleged conversation with Charles. So I'm like, okay, so he was sexting what he thought were adult men. Maybe he is gay. Now I think about it. Okay, he is gay. He's not straight. He is sexting what he thought were adult men when it turned out that they were 16. So then, because I'm an idiot, I'm like, well, wait a minute. 18 isn't the age of consent. So I went online to find, well, what's the age of consent in the United States? Now, he may have been sexting boys, young men, outside of the United States where the age of consent is not 16, maybe it's 17 or 18. I find out, guess what? The lowest age of consent, I mean, it's 16 all over the place. Like 16, they can consent to sex. So there's no crime. It may be debatable, 21, 16, if you get into that realm, like, well, okay, what if he was 35 and they were 30? Will we be bitching about it then? But according to law, this is perfectly legal. And I don't care. I don't hate James either. I think you're a little loopy, but in defense of, like, do we have laws? Do they matter? Why is he being, and why did he get temporarily suspended? And I guess YouTube can, any company could do what it wants, but if you're going to ignore, at least here's one thing that the law does. It gives us this black and white rule to follow and guide everyone's behavior in public. But then if you do something that is considered a little bit socially distasteful, right? Now, I guess a company can fire you or have nothing to do with you for what. Brendan Ike got laid off from Mozilla because he made a donation to a political thing that was against gay marriage. What else? See, and this then opens up a Pandora's box of, well, what by this particular company at this moment in time is going to be deemed socially unacceptable. This is where you'd have to have, rules or a policy, and that policy may shock you guys. Big tech's policies are very ill-defined. Like, well, how come this happened to me? You hear nothing from them, which undermines the entire trust. That's long-term. Look, yeah, YouTube's the only player in town. Facebook is the only player. Twitter's the only, for now. But if you keep doing stuff like this, is why people are moving off to alternative platforms. BitChute is still there. DLive is still there. These were not flashes in the pan. They've been here for a year, if not more. But just for functioning in social, like if you're going to be with your employer, essentially that's what Charles's relationship with YouTube is. It's his employer, it's his livelihood. And he's obeying the law. You're like, but then they found that socially unacceptable. What if James went to a gay club? Would that be socially unacceptable? What if he joined a church? Who is that going to offend? And I know this applies to YouTube, as we always like to talk about YouTube and censorship. But if society is going to get this essentially modern day neo-religious right, except it's not religious right, it's the political left largely. We're going to become this level of ideologues. No one's going to be able to function. And I would make the argument, look, we already got laws in place. If someone follows the law, what do you care? But for all the left of being liberal, and yeah, man, we're the cool hippie guys that smoke pot. This is the when liberals were cool. And we want to have freedom and love and anti-war. So, not against it. We're for the environment. Okay, I wouldn't do it your way, but yeah, let people be. Now, did you text something that was socially unacceptable? Did you ask out Amy in 2001? You were drunk? Now we all get to walk around on eggshells. And what kind of future production this might threaten? What other great works of art? Oh God, you can't be an artist. I'm not saying art always has to challenge the convention or be edgy, but to be new or different, sometimes you have to go outside what's socially acceptable. So what? We're not going to have new forms of art, new forms of music. Ooh, I don't like it. What? We're going to ban rap? You guys remember 2 Live Crew? Remember that? Freedom of speech. They're cursing and swearing and talking about women's pussies. Oh, now that's all rap is. Shoot, 2 Live Crew. For all I know, I bet you a lot of them, they're like, dude, I can't believe we made this much money. They probably are all good family men, made their money. So there you go. Let's catch up with all the super chats here. Tai Juan Do, awesome. Would love to meet up if convenient. Why are you in Spain, Juan? I presume the name Juan, you are. Plus, I got to go find my Paisan. Apparently, I'm 18% Spaniard, so I don't know where the Clarey family resides in Spain. Adriano Ramos, a Mauritian Australian agent in the field for $2 Australian. Money for your high school blood pressure pills. Money for your high school. Oh, high blood pressure pills. No, I'm in a good mood. I caught up with all the work. The bad day was yesterday and the day before that and the week before that. Otherwise, it's a pretty good day because I caught up with everything. After I jacked up my prices at Asshole Consulting and told it said basically any more spurred questions that ask me what's the easiest path through life, and you make my decisions for me. Once I jacked up those prices, that stuff went away. And now I'm all relaxed. Competent man for $5. Hard to believe today that Australia was where Elle Macpherson was from. It only took about 30 years to go from Elle Macpherson to Ashley Graham. Is Ashley Graham from Australia? In here, I don't know who this guy is. $2. Do you like the Cubs? Yeah, I like the Cubs. They were the underdogs. Now I got to cheer for the Brewers because they've never won anything. But I hate Milwaukee, so what? Cincinnati Reds? Is it Cleveland Indians? Ohio just has no good teams at all. None. So I think I'd cheer for an Ohio team. Alex Patino, $5. I just posted my truck driver workout program in the public chat. For some reason, the super chat would not let me post it. It keeps telling me to edit. You probably put something wrong in there. You probably said, hey, do you want to be thin? And that offended. Thin. That's going to be a banned word. James G, $2. Does weather impact people's fitness fat? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Does me. Half the reason I want to get out of Minnesota, all the reason I went down south to Vegas and Phoenix for 5-6 years. Yeah, you put on winter weight, which Minnesota women use to excuse from going from 300 pounds to 350 pounds. It's just winter, please. I'm getting back into my body shape. It's spring in Minnesota. I'm going to go to Target, go down from a size extra, 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 extra large down to extra, extra, extra large. And of course, it's the diet and the lack of sun. But no, I mean, even those who are serious, like, what are you going to do? It's minus 10 degrees outside and it's snowing. You're not going to go run. You got to go to the treadmill. I'm going to have the same fucking window all the time. This Hanyaker here that nobody likes. We don't know. Who owns Atham now? I think somebody else bought Atham. I haven't owned Atham in a month. Somebody else bought him. Anyone want to buy Atham, go right ahead. He's all yours. K to win for $5. How do I get the girls and which one do I date? You go to assholeconsulting.com and you send your request in no more than 2 paragraphs. Give me the key details. And for $250, I will tell you how to get the girls and which one to date. Fred Freeman Saul, $2. Can you and Chad teach me to be a true asshole by 35? No, the real world will do that for you. And Chad's not an asshole. He's like he's a zygote asshole. We're just got the embryonic beginnings of an asshole. I'm slowly turning him from Anakin to Vader. Boy, he's a pain in the, he's going slow. Anakin went like that. 3 episodes, boom, he's a bad dude. Chad, he's like nice guy. Chad, you should really do. I know. Just his clients will piss him off. Don't worry. He'll get there. It's like the reverse Obi-Wan Kenobi. Meet Laura Jasorka, a naked rock climber. Oh, now the phone goes on. Okay. Now we're turning it off. There we go. Never does. Meet Laura Jasorka, a naked rock climber. And this is admittedly a puff piece. This is just, oh, wow. Can you believe? You know what? Let me put this in the chat room so you can see. This is a visual. This is a visual. Tell me, boys and girls, what? Y'all don't want to be not you guys, not my audience. Everyone doesn't want to be stereotyped, right? They want to be all independent, their own person. And you look at it, it's like, yeah, we whatever comes from this. Everyone go to the link. Just look at her picture and say, yeah, nothing would surprise me. I know exactly what's going to happen here. So let's go. Meet Laura Jasorka, a naked rock climber, and look at all the tattoos. By the way, she climbs rocks naked. But what I always love about these gals is they have a crucifix, like, Christianity, presumably Christian. But then they'll be like doing porn or climbing rocks naked or advocating abortion. Like, what is that? Oh, born again? Are you born again? Is that why even go through the facade? She's got a female tattoo, and what else is a heart that's on fire, and there's a heart with a wrapping around. There's a flower, and there's a diamond. Laura Jasorka climbs rocks naked. She describes it as freeing and insists that it's not porn, rather it's art. I'll grant you that. Now guess how old she is, boys and girls. The 37-year-old rock climber told The Sun that she started posing for the AU Natural climbs last year. And after receiving so many positive comments, wow, a naked woman getting positive comments. Whenever she shares photos online, she feels empowered. I'll pay a woman $1,000 to tell me what the fucking power. I'll pay anyone $1,000 if you could describe or explain, explain to me empowered so that I get it. What the fuck does that mean? Your girl's got all the exact same rights as men. You get preferential treatment. Ain't nobody stop you. Who grants the empowerment? What does this empower you to do that you couldn't have done before? I got to find out the feminist scientists at the feminist labs. when you mix in your beakers and your chemicals, and have your assistant Atham there with his chemical engineering degree, and she's like, "I have found it, Atham." It'd be like a mad scientist feminine. "I have found it, Atham." "Yes, master. What did you discover?" "I have found the chemical formula for empowerment." And like, "Here, drink, my darling." Like the girl that ate the apple, Sleeping Beauty. Was that the one? What? Okay. My friends and family admire my photos as they think it is beautiful to see me at one with nature. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I have easily hiked thousands of miles, ridden through hundreds of thousands. Well, yeah, I'm up to 100,000, but let's say tens of thousands of miles in nature. I've never been one with nature. I'm just like, "Oh, look, an eagle. That's pretty cool. Oh, look, a view. Hey, there's a bear over there." I have become one with the bear. Smelling its scat. I don't know what crazy women do. Do we have chakra crystals? What other work avoidant things do we have? We have empowerment. We come one with nature. There's the crystals, climbing naked. Anything to avoid a real job, right? Or real purpose and meaning in life. I hate for others to look at the photos in any sort of way because it's not porn, it's art. The images she posts often show Jasorka, who is a casino worker wearing nothing but climbing shoes as she scales cliffs, faces, and boulders. She hopes to inspire other women to appreciate their bodies. I got to get on Operation Evil. I got too much work. I gotta, once that house is done, there's so much money to be made in Operation Evil. I mainly go with guy friends at the moment. I'm sure you do. As I find women feel awkward in those types of situations, she says. Women tend to have negative feelings towards their bodies. Well, maybe because they're ugly and fat. Maybe because their bodies look horrifically bad. Because they're gluttonous and overweight and shameful. Maybe. Hey, I look in the mirror, I'm like, I got this little gut. God, I need to get rid of this gut. By the way, I've been eating a lot, and I've also been working out a lot. So I got muscle, but I also gained some weight. So my pants were getting a little tight. So I went out to South Dakota. I said, "That's it, Clarey." You're looking at me like, "Oh, you fat, disgusting slob." "Cappy, get your ass out to South Dakota. No carbs at all. Like 9 days, no carbs, and regular working out, sometimes hiking and lifting weights." And guess what happened? Doobie, dabby, dabby, doobie. I lost an inch around my waist. I think I lost like 8 pounds. And then the pants fit again. And I didn't feel like a douchebag. You're all beautiful, lady. You're just all wonderful, amazing, empowered. Still wondering, empowered to do what? But women tend to have negative feelings towards their body, but I urge them to get over their fears and take their clothes off. Yeah, please do. Go right ahead. There we go. Let's get through a couple more here. The League of Extraordinary Podcasters. All right, here's some podcasts you can listen to that are not mine. Pushing Rubber Down Hill. Piero San Giorgio. Donovan Sharp. DayByDayCartoon.com is not a podcast. It's a webcomic written by Chris Muir. Check him out. Masculine Geeks. The Goddamn Bacon. Jack Napier's Red Evening. Turd Flinging Monkey. RobSays.net. David Perodin. Better Bachelor. Rule Zero. Rollo Tomasi. Troy Francis. Modern Life Dating. Rianne. Dave. Oh, yeah, Dave. No one's going to get what movie that's from. Ryan Stone. And the Black Brigade Debrief with DT. You could find most of those on YouTube, or you just do the Google search. You should find them. Let's also talk about some books. We have my books, my flagship book, which is really selling well. I won't lie to you guys. One good aspect of my life, and all thanks to you guys, is this book is selling like hotcakes and has resulted in my other books getting a little bump in sales. And if it keeps up like this, all these morons, there's not a real minimalist. He's taking out a mortgage. It's like, yes, I am, to build this new house because my house was not that big. I'm buying a slightly bigger house with some land, and there will be a residual mortgage, which will be a fraction of the average mortgage out there, by the way. But if sales keep going like this, I'm not going to have a mortgage in 2 years. It's going to be awesome. So this one, the Book of Numbers, Analyzing the ROI and the Pursuit of Women, probably my highest return on investment book, because the number one thing you guys spend your money on is women, the pursuit thereof. Worthless Young Person's Indispensable Guide to Choosing the Right Major. That saves people a lot of money. The Pence Principle. This is not mine, but it's basically How to Follow the Pence Principle, written by Randall Bentwick. It's a depressing book, but for a short little book that it is, I think every young man should get that. So if you happen to have a young man in your life, cousin, whatever, brother, nephew, get that there. How Not to Become a Millennial. Yes, I wrote this book. No, I did not publish it. Vince Barrick has made some edits and changes to it, so a little bit of his writing is in it. But this is arguably some of my best writing, although not 100% of the book is mine. Sanity is the Future of Wealth. Very short one. Sanity is the Future of Wealth. This is how to appreciate the fact that we are sane, and therefore we enjoy a higher standard of living than pretty much most more than Jasoka here, more than naked women climbing rocks. So every time you get upset at the world, like, how the heck? Just remember, these people are miserable. Curse of the High IQ. This is for everybody tuning in because you're smart. I should put that more towards the top. I got an extra copy of this. I'm going to give that away. There's something over there. Enjoy the Decline, Accepting and Living with the Death of the United States. The Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty, because I hate black dudes. The Fook Files. I didn't write this, but written by Ryan Stone. It's a good book, deep philosophical. Goes over lessons from a decade of women by Ryan Stone. I don't know this guy. Some guy wrote this book. Joking aside, this is a very good book and a very good introductory book if you're new to the red pill or you didn't have a father. And I would, to be intellectually honest, I would start with Rich's book before you go with the Book of Numbers, because his is a little bit, mine's very narrow and focused on the financial calculations of what is the return on investment of the pursuit of women. Rich goes over more general stuff. Reconnaissance Man. How to figure out where to live in the United States. Why do I got 2 copies of this? Why put that one over there too? Whatever. And then my flagship book that most people know me for is Bachelor Pad Economics, the Financial Advice Bible for Men. Get that book, and you will not have financial problems. Imagine that, if there was a book written and you followed that was in the advice, you wouldn't have financial problems. Well, why would we buy a book like that? Catch up to the super chats here so I don't fall too far behind. By the way, the great one hates super chats. He hates it, which is why I try to do some, random talking for the great one. Because he is right. Now with the advent of super chats, like, well, am I going to pick? Look, someone donated $20. I'm not going to pick up that $20 bill. But it has had an effect on like your traditional podcast where people would just talk for an hour and a half and like, I don't want to hear I don't want to hear their super chats. So great one. I hope you enjoyed the first hour and a half of the show. Fred Freeman, solid $2. Chad's nice. He doesn't tell his commie clients off. One can only take a horse to water. They cannot make them become an asshole and hate. Boy, I gotta scroll up here. All right. Alex Patino again for $5. Push-ups, jump, squats, or burpees for variation. Check out Iron Wolf YouTube channel. I had to remove numbers. Oh, okay. That's right. You can't post a link either. It really is like being in the second grade, isn't it? Like with YouTube, like you got the second grade teacher that just won't let you say certain words or do certain things. And you're like, why? Fred Freeman Sowell, $2. Will Atham's hometown welcome me with open arms? Yeah, because you got dollars. They will welcome you with open arms. Wando for €2. Will you charge us to meet, you filthy capitalist? No. I'll just show up at some place, probably a cigar lounge. I'm like, hey guys, let's meet up. Here's one thing I have a request though, okay? I don't want to talk about work. I want to talk about you guys. Like, I'd rather hear about you guys. I know what I do. I live with myself every day. I'm the most boring person on the face of the planet to me. I'm not joking about that. Like, hey, Aaron, who's the most boring person you ever met? Me, because I know everything. I don't need to know more about me. Don't add, what's it like podcasting? You see it right now. Did you write? How was it? It's just like, tell me about your cat. Tell me about your family. Tell me about your career. Tell me about the horrible things going on. Just don't talk to me about me. I get to live with myself 24 hours a day. Atham Decu, I have enough chemistry credits to get a minor now. Oh, see, isn't that sad? Atham's been going to school for 23 years, and because of all the liberal arts classes he's got to take, they have nothing to do with chemistry. Now he has finally enough credits to get a chemistry degree. But at least he enriched a bunch of worthless parasites known as liberal arts and social science teachers and TAs. Robert Flores, thank you for the 20 generous dollars. Man, if everybody was like Rob, I'd have myself some really nice poke bowl every day. I'm like, oh no, the GF is going to make lunch. That evil woman making me meals. $20. Aaron, don't know if cooperation with another channel, won't name it, similar size as your thing. I discovered a channel with two young women that have Laverne and Shirley vibe from Gen Z crowd, Gen Z eyeballs for you. Yeah, I'm for it. I mean, would they have me on? I mean, let's be perfectly honest. I'm a very stiff drink, and two Gen Z girls, unless they're intellectually different or truly independent minded, they're not going to have me on the show, and their audience isn't going to like me. But yeah, email me, Rob. Of course, you didn't have to send me $20 for that. You could have just emailed me. Hit me up over at Asshole Consulting. I'll reach out to them. Should try to remember the minute mark here. What should I hang on? Let me take some notes. 1:36 minute mark. Yes, I'm using a keyboard. I'm a boomer. Shut up. I'm going to give you a voice to text. Why are there so many mistakes? Why didn't I get a job back with this block of text and to put no paragraphs in? All the boomers, man. 1:30, and then I talked about the Hanyakers there about that time. All right, let's go back to the thing. Fred Freeman Saul for $2. You come to my MBA grad and meet my strong indie liberal girlfriend. That's all there is to meet, isn't there? Like, when's okay, Fred, let's flip it. Let's be intellectual. When the last time you heard a woman says, I'm a demure, supportive, submissive, conservative girlfriend, wife. I'm a supporting, kind, sweet, and I will be dependent upon you, but I will support you and raise the children. I mean, when have you heard the opposite? When everyone's super, no one will be. James G for $2. Since money printer go burr, buy land or house now? I don't know. I don't know the answer to it. I got a guy who had a question. I did a video. What would Aaron Clarey do with $50,000? And there I kind of go over the paradox of the U.S. housing market, but maybe this other client will pay, and I'll go into more depth about it and explain why it's paradoxical to, quote, buy a house right now. And one of the reasons I'm the world's greatest economist is I'm willing to admit, I don't know. This would make a great Asshole Consulting question. But since there's no money attached to it and I am a whore, I will not answer it. But that might be worth dropping some money on, especially if you want to get the girls. Fred Freeman Saul, $5. I picked up a Latina at a bar Saturday night. She had a white gal friend and wanted me to find another guy. Then they asked me why we love Latinas, Asians for me. I'm going to assume the Latina was hotter than the white girlfriend. That's why you picked her up. Well, now it's your job to go find her wingman or wingwoman, a guy. Where are you finding them? You actually went out? I thought you were in a lockdown state. Lazarus Long for $10. Thanks for answering my email question the other day. Have a couple extra bucks for the honest answer. Oh, good. Thanks, Lazarus. What was the question? Although I guess if you had an email question, you probably didn't want it made public. So I'll keep that anonymous. Fred again for $2. 2016 was the last time Christian I left at airport 7 hours. Okay, Fred, do me a favor, man. Email me the story about the Christian girl, because I don't know about, you just keep telling me you left her there for 7 hours, and everybody, including myself, is very confused. All right. The father could not be reached for comment. Short one. Toddler found walking alone near highway while mom dined with friends, Texas police say. Dominique Edwards was at. Now, let's see what the father has to say. Or I'm sure they interviewed where was the dad? He was probably working or something. Certain to come home to a nuclear family meal so that this child would have a good, strong upbringing, because we all know women love their children so much. That's why they take the time to choose the right man before becoming impregnated. Dominique Edwards was driving home late Tuesday when he saw something he soon won't forget. A 2-year-old toddling along the feeder road to North Freeway in Harris County. Oh, that does not sound good. I see one car kind of swerve out of the way, and then I see they're dodging a toddler, he told KTRK. Then I just instantly kind of break down. I park my car, I hop out, and I grab, it's poor daughter. Oh, not that it'd be any better if it was a boy, but this poor girl. Yeah, she's not going to go on welfare, become a single mom with tattoos, the pierced nose, and purple hair, right? This poor kid has no shot. None. I don't want to hear any of you fucking leftists ever tell me I don't care about children, or I don't have a heart or a soul. You fucking Marxist leftists, this is all you're doing. Strong, empowered woman, don't need no man. Fathers get out, divorce, government check, gimme, WIC, EBT. And here's this poor little kid, because what? You don't need no man. Fuck, 2 years old? I got let it. Well, it's 3 now. It talks. Actually, it's kind of cool with 3-year-olds, because they can form complete sentences and complete thoughts, but also the parents teach them what's right and wrong. But it's what's right and wrong for a kid. So the little 3-year-old, Geronimo, I left my can. Is it empty? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you're not supposed to leave that there. I'm like, who the fuck? What are you, Emily Post? Like, what? So where's the scissors? The scissors is in the left drawer, middle drawer. I'm like, do you even know what left is? Like, but I'm kind of like, the simple, like, hey, you're not supposed to do that. No, you can't do that, Uncle Aaron. I'm like, all right. Jeez. Thought being adult would get me away from this, but apparently not. I have to follow 3-year-old rules. But 2, my God. And I grab her. As I'm running to her, she is opening her arms. He called authorities and then posted video on social media for anyone to see who could identify the girl. I can't stop crying. I don't even know what to think right now, he said in the video per KPI. I'm praying to God it's some kind of mistake. Police arrived to take the girl and start checking nearby hotels, according to KTRK. They soon found a room with an open door to Super 8. Nothing good happens with an open door to Super 8. That just no. I'm sure we'll find out that the mom is a civil engineer and her husband is a doctor. An 8-year-old boy and his 3-year-old brother were asleep inside. KHOU reported the kids told police the 2-year-old was their sister, and they had no idea where their mom was, according to the outlet. Authorities waited for the kid's mom to return when then 27-year-old Juliana Gomez arrived. She told police, why do Latinos make less money than other people? I don't know. Couldn't it be a concept of income per capita having more capita than normal? Could it be? Don't worry. The patriarchal Ward Cleaver will come in here and explain it all away. She told police she left her 3 kids in the hotel room and went to grab dinner with a friend. KHOU report. Well, because kids can't get away with your social life, right? I mean, come on, priorities. Gomez was arrested and taken to Harris County Jail, where the husband's going to bail her out any second. Here comes Ward. According to KTRK, she's charged with abandoning or endangering a child with intent to return, court records show. She has since posted bond and is due back in court Wednesday. The children were placed in custody of of Child Protective Services? Why didn't they give it to the dad? Where's the dad? What happened to Ward? Oh, that's right. Women don't need no man, fish, bicycle trademark. And if the kids get threatened, Edward said he's just glad he could help. I'm not one to judge. Everyone makes mistakes. No, I'd be one to judge. I'd be like, oh, and where did she go? Has anyone seen Gomez? She didn't show up for work today, assuming she works. Well, I don't know. I wonder if isn't it weird that bankers, lobbyists, and professors and teachers all disappeared, and so did Gomez? Where did she go? Just learn from that and come back stronger. Dude, she has no desire to love her children. Will you guys knock it off thinking that most of these single parents, deadbeat dads, baby mamas, baby daddies love their fucking children? They don't. They love themselves more than anything else. That's why they have kids they can't afford, because they don't give a flying fuck about bringing something as innocent as a fucking child into this world, even though they're completely incapable of taking care of those children. And they're perfectly fine having souls be tortured for an anywhere average estimated life expectancy of 78 years. It's more important to them to have their party time than what? Torture an innocent soul for 78 years or get pancakes at the IHOP with Tina. I would hope if my kids were in that situation, anyone else would do the same thing. Well, yeah, you're not going to think we can all agree 2 years. Dude, what would happen? Oh, heaven. This had a happy ending, thank God. What if it wasn't Edward? What if it was Pedo Man? And now this 2-year-old is a child slave for 10 years until it finally breaks free or is dead. But you know, it's more about, I got a party. Strong, independent woman. Don't need no man. Like, look, ladies. If the kids are that inconvenient, why don't you really feminist up and argue you should have a post-birth abortion option? Like if the kid just gets too much in the way, like that Scotty Anthony Casey gal killed her kids, like you could just get rid of them. I would say put them up for adoption. But, you know, since everyone seems about death, you know, you're all got a hard on for abortion. Why not just like make contact? I'm serious, you could do it. Congress and the left are that unhinged. You could go to a feminist or go to Now, go say, you know what, we ought to really think about having the right to, you know, terminate our children up to the age of 5. And you could find some psychopathic fuck. What's that bald black chick's name? That like everything is somebody else's fault. And she saw Black Panther. She said, oh, that's cool. I'm going to do that. She'd tender that to the House of Representatives. Bill, post-birth abortion bill. Strong and you're sexist if you don't support this. I find it so odd that once the kid makes it past this finish line of birth, then it's precious. But before that, kill it. Sorry, I should probably read this book right here and not get too angry about it. But it's just, fuck, 2-year-old kid. Christ. And on that happy note, Marcus, hey, look who finally found his wallet. Look who joined us. Hang on, this guy looks familiar. Where have I seen this guy? Marcus Brown. Is that what I know this? Is this you, Marcus? Is that you? No, this is a handsome, dapper man who's dressed up real nice. This is a model. I don't know who you are. You're just a guy in the Navy. That's good old Marcus. Conservative women in Chicago are a setup. Yeah, I think what's his name? Chad's ran into that. There probably are no conservative. I mean, let's look it up. Republican women of Chicago. Chicago Republicans Women Network. Okay, here you go. crwn.org. Our mission is to promote political awareness among Republican women in the Chicagoland area. Upcoming event. Whoa. I hope you guys like older women. It's true. I mean, the older you get, the wiser you get. So it's not going to be a shock. Yeah, there's not a lot of, well, here's an okay looking gal. Here's a younger one. Photo gallery. Let's go to a photo gallery. Yeah, I'm not. This is not to besmirch these women because, of course, I'll always take a conservative over a communist. Yeah, but these gals are all older. They're all probably more established. Yeah. Here's one young gal. Oh, isn't that? I recognize his face. Looks like a fun group. They go out and drink. A lot of these pictures are at bars. I don't know. There you go. Well, it's not a beauty pageant, but that's what you got. Don't you all rush and grab them all now. I don't want you and Chad fighting over Gertrude, all right? No name for $2, $2 to Cappy mortgage bailout. Have all your books. Thank you, no name. The $2 will go to my mortgage bailout. Dude, because I'm self-employed, the underwriters were just weapons grade dicks. Like, no offense, I have very good credit, okay? Because I don't have a lot of debt. I could have more, could have actually better credit if I had like a car loan because of the algorithms, but I have really good credit for a guy who has no debt. I dropped like 70% equity in this home. Like, I own the land. Here's a ton of money from my house sale. Like, so the loan to value is very low, but I'm self-employed. And because of all the shenanigans that occurred back in the financial crisis with self-employed guys, predominantly men, I'll be honest, never saw one scamming female, not one. No female wheeling, dealing real estate developer ever came in and tried to steal money. It's all guys. Where was I going with that? Oh, shoot. Oh, so because of all those assholes, they have drastically increased underwriting standards for those who are self-employed. So I get my taxes done before anybody else. Ask Chad Elkins. And here it is. And I had a good year. More than adequate cash flow to cover the theoretical mortgage. Very low loan to value. Good credit score. Like, we're going to need your bank balances. My bank balances? Okay. And then like, okay, it's going to be, you're going to close around March or April. We're going to need quarterly financial statement. Like, what the? Okay. Here you go. And now I'm waiting. Like, if we go into April, are they going to ask again for more underwriting documentation? So what I desperately would love more than anything else, like there's some multi-billion-dollar guy who's about to die. Like, I like this crazy Aaron Clarey fella. Like, he makes the $200,000 donation. Bam! There. And I got spending money too. Well, I don't need your mortgage. If that happened, I may even buy myself that Mustang. Not a new one. 2012. I like the way the 2012s look, so it'll be used. But thank you for the $2. Did I do the math that like saves me $6 or $10 in interest over time? Thomas Landrum, regular guy here, $5. Mary K.I. and Mary. Huh? I don't understand, Tom. What? Oh, no, I'm not going to play that game. No, I'm not playing that. Nope. Not playing that game. No. James, $2. The South Dakota place to find ladies or only be a piece. They're, I'll say it again. Anything north of the Mason-Dixon line, the women are fat. Not saying there are fat girls in Mississippi or Alabama either, but a Michigan woman, what comes to mind? A Wisconsin woman, what comes to mind? A Minnesota gal, what comes to mind? North Dakota gal, what comes to mind? South Dakota gal, what comes? And don't let your governor fool you, okay? Like, the governor probably is the hottest woman in the state. I will attest to this. You can listen to the Great Ones podcast. He looked around, yeah, they're fat. And they're, especially the younger ones, they're just all for it. Doesn't matter where you live, they're all falling for it. They get it on the internet. There's tattoos. Rapid City especially has kind of like a grunge, almost gutter punk culture to it, like a contingent of the younger people. But yeah, it's not like you get to Rapid City and women are wearing heels and fun sun skirts and the sun is out and it's 78 degrees and they got their little purse and they have long flowing hair. It's think Tacoma. No, Tacoma's real bad. Think Duluth or Green Bay, Wisconsin, and that gives you the idea of what, like, oh, Tallahassee, oh, New Jersey, oh, and not Mount Laurel, just regular New Jersey. Fred Freeman solved $5. You have debt, lose it. No, I don't have debt. Well, okay, I have a small balance on a construction loan because I keep paying it down. You see what I'm doing there? Your thoughts on financial engineering master's program? Seems job prospects good for us citizens. Most Americans avoid SEP. I don't know. Financial engineering master's. I don't like anything with the word financial engineering. You're going to learn. Look, what are the skills that are required? Coding and modeling. Maybe some classes in econometrics, but you get yourself a degree in computer science. What I fear with these financial engineering is the skill set is programming, but they're going to load up a bunch of, it's through the business school. If it's through the business school, chances are it fucking sucks. You already got a good job, Fred. Stop. What do you want to get up? What's it called? A master's for? Thomas Rowell for $5. Credit scores are a scam. They measure your interactions with bank and debt. Yes, thank you, Thomas. You're correct. Not how good you are with money management. Right. And that's why I'm not in the 800s. That's like the best scores is in the 800s. I'm in the 700s. And in order to get in the 800s, I need to have like a car loan or student debts or something like that, or a mortgage. Fred Freeman Sowell, $5. If I give you $5 to do another skit on millennial women's, because millennial women, you paid me $5 to do the Gen Z girls, because a lot of us laughed out loud yesterday when you did it. So encore, please, husband, sir. No. Millennial women are not Gen Z women. I'll do my millennial women impersonation. Where'd all the good men go? I have a master's degree and $250,000 debt that originally started at $80,000, but I didn't understand exponential math and 6% interest rate and put George Bush is to blame for that, or Trump. I have 10 years social work experience. Anybody, please? Here's some wine. Pop, pork. When you pulled out that wine, that's really loud wine. So when you pull out the cork, it goes, bulk. Just gurgle, 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 gurgle. So I signed up for this egg freezing program. You did? I did. No. Yes. You know the routine. And it only cost me $50,000. So with my stimulus check, I should be able to pay it back in 5 years with 60 monthly installments. Does it work? I didn't do any research. It has to, because I'm entitled to everything, and everything will work out perfect, even though I'm 38 and nothing's gone the way that my boomer and psycho professors and feminists told me it would. I don't have the energy to do the whole. What happens is when millennial women are going to the husband store now, like, where are the good husbands? I don't want this one. I want this one. I'd like the 6'6" aisle, please. Why are there no men in stock? You can rent this one. I want to buy it. Nope, he's not for sale. He's rented out like 7 different women. James G. Pursuit of women is primal. Can you turn it off? No, you answered your question. What? No, you can't. Now, they can beat it out of you to where you don't get excited anymore. I remember when I was in my 20s, like, girl, wow, look at that. Like, you would see a beautiful girl, you'd be like, I got to ask her out. Like, oh, I didn't. And certainly I was more proactive than your average guy back then. But yeah, no, there's some gal, like one guy. So I was like, holy crap, you're hot. What are you doing here? But no, you don't turn it off. Fred Freeman saw $2. I need a master's for Bumble so I can be a 10 like you. Oh, yeah, you need a master's. Just lie and say you have a master's. Like what? Unless the woman actually is like a statistician or an actual engineer or a real legit, profession, like some social work major with her master's degree is going to be able to delineate like, well, he claims to have a master's in statistics, but he didn't know this statistical method. So I think he's lying. I think he only has a bachelor's degree. They don't even know what a standard deviation is. All right. How much time we got? Oh, this would be a good one. Let me get through. Did I get through my books? Let's go through some other books. Turfling and Monkey, which you can find on BitChute. I disagree with him on many things, but I do enjoy his show. But he has 2 books out there, 13 Rules Not to Be a Cuck. That one is available paperback and Kindle on Amazon. And the book that I liked more than that one was The Way of Monkey book. And because it was meditative and Taoist and more relaxing, because as I'm getting older, one of my primary goals of 2021 is to be New Aaron and not get so angry and enjoy the remaining third of my life and not have it be as miserable as the first 2/3 of my life. And so not to be like, I'm all like, ooh, ow, like that. I am trying to read some more of the philosophers and Stoics. And not to say I'm full Taoist or Buddhist or anything like that, but that book did calm me down a lot. The Way of Monkey book. And it's one of those, and I would get in the physical book because of the artwork. I don't know if you can really, I got it in PDF. He emailed it to me. So it's not the same as chilling out, looking at a PDF on a computer screen. I'd like to have an actual book on that in that case. So those are 2 books by Turfling and Monkey. Pushing Rubber Downhill by our good friend Adam Piggott. You can find that. There is also where did it go? Here it is. The Anarchist, The Messenger by Charles Simpson. It's 1 of 3. And here's with the 2016 presidential election event on the horizon, political figures from both sides fight vigorously to claim the nomination for the respective party. Danny Wheeler, an independent libertarian journalist from the suburbs of D.C., has made a name for herself reporting the news online on her popular YouTube channel, Lady Liberty. An undisclosed source gives Danny Wheeler some insider knowledge regarding Connor Leopold, the charismatic Republican. Leopold would ever be a Republican senator name from Virginia, former employer supplying state-of-the-art weaponry to the Salvadorian government in the height of their renewed civil war. Mere days after the breaking news, Danny Wheeler is found viciously attacked and left for dead by the Salvador Kings. Her brother, Clint Presley, oh, you pissed off Clint, an Afghani war vet, goes out of his way to seek revenge for those guilty and uncovers something much grander than expected. So there you go, The Anarchist, The Messenger. And there's 3 of them. I'll put that in the chat room for you guys. Come on, work. There we go, it works. Where's the rest of that? We did that. Trails of Sorrow, Tears of Joy. This was written by a young lady. And I still don't understand why she wanted me to advertise it, but I will. I'll put it in the chat room. But it's for women, so I don't know. Maybe you 5 gals would be interested in it. And it's based on her real life experience. Not that she's the subject material, but things she observed when she lived in, I believe it is Nigeria. And for you guys, you want to go there. Nope, that's not it. Oh, this is my review of it. Okay, so there you go. The book, let me pull the book up. Where did it go? Just go look at her because she has a nice dress on. You know, a pretty girl, just a pretty girl wearing a nice dress nowadays is enough pinup material, I guess. You know, we kind of appreciate. So if you guys want to see a pretty girl, go to the link I just sent there. Now she is black. Maybe not every guy is into the sisters, but she's done up. She has lipstick on. She's wearing a nice dress. It's like, oh, thanks. So there you go. Trails of Sorrows, Tears of Joy, based on actual events. Written by Sandra Kanazo Nwankwo. So, it's hard to pronounce as Australians, Programmies, and Melbournies, and Brisbaneys. I think we're all caught up. Booty, booty, boo. One last thing here from Business Insider. Journalists drink too much, are bad at managing emotions, and operate at a lower level than average, according to a new study, which should surprise no one. Journalists' brains are show a lower than average level of executive functioning, according to a new study, which means they have below average ability to regulate their emotions, suppress biases, solve complex problems, switch between tasks, and show creative and flexible thinking. Plus, they have lower IQs. Go look up IQ by major, and the journalists are not near the astrophysicists. They're not even near economists. The study led by Tara Swart, a neuroscientist and leadership coach. Oh, that really runs the gambit, does it? You're a neuroscientist. I'm impressed. I'm a life coach. Oh. It's like you're this great, beautiful young woman, and you go to Dad. Yes, what is it, sweetheart? I became a brain surgeon. Yeah, really? You did? Yeah, now I got to go to my stripping job down the street over at the Hanky Panky. Like, no. There's not a lot outside that parameter there. You think she covered it all. I'd actually be more impressed if my daughter was a strip. Well, no, I probably. I'll be more impressed with any woman who isn't my daughter was a stripper than a leadership coach. I'll be my daughter like, nope. Not gonna do it. But Dad, you're a libertarian and said I have rights. Not around me. No, you're in a dictatorship. No, no, you will go major in engineering or something, or be a housewife. So you're not. I guess I would have different standards for my daughter. Songs you don't care. Go do what you want, you little bastard. Bastard, but Dad, I know who you are. Good point, intelligence, son. You are my son with that level of observation and intelligence. No name, $2. Podcast setup suggestion. Headset broke, right? You want me to tell you podcast is setup suggestions for $2? That's an entire video. The headset is not broke. It works in this one. I just duct taped it. And I'm waiting for the new set of headphones to come in from Amazon. Look, guys, I know you millennials all expect like things to be like, it's broke, fix it, Dad, now. And then like the magic fix-it fairy comes out, not the fix-it, because we don't fix it. Poof, the new device fairy comes in, and here it is, which is technically Amazon, but it'll be here in 48 hours. Catching up on any remaining super chats. Kate Ann for $2. Being thin and wearing dresses puts women in the top 1%. Yeah. Being thin, you're already in the top between your age range, 18 to 35. If you are thin, you're in the top 40%. You're already top 40. You put on a dress. I haven't seen any. I don't know the last time I saw a woman in public wearing a dress. I could not tell. Okay, I could tell you, but it was 7 years ago, and it was a woman in her 60s. I think she was coming back from church. But she did look feminine. But yeah, if you girls, but that's not subjective. It's objectifying women. I'm not gonna try. What? I don't know, man. We don't know you pretty. It's a book. Competent Man. I can't wait 48 hours. You guys are gonna have to. You're all gonna have to suck the duct tape dick. All right. I got to hear, make sure I'm coming through, that I don't lose audio. Terribly sorry. This is what I got to go to war with. Morpheus Hypnos for 20 Swiss francs. Eve took the apple feminism from the tree of knowledge. She ate the apple, couldn't digest it, and got ill from it. Eve got ill in the head. Eve minus ill, she'll become evil. There's some wordplay. Yeah, no. All right. I think that's it. If you would like to help out the show beyond super chat donations or whatever, God, I haven't mentioned this in 4 months. I'm putting a link down here, olderbrother.com/donate. 3 ways you can help out old Cappy, even though I'm not podcasting. 1, there's the PayPal link, which if you just want to give me money, I guess you could. You don't get anything for it. There's my Subscribe Star link, where I have uploaded some new material and some podcasts. You get access to the Road Trip podcast and any pinups that any girls happen to send me that they agree, like, oh yeah, you could put it up. So girls, if you'd like to send some pin, it cannot be rated R, has to be PG-13 or cleaner. And the hottest shit is like where a girl's just holding a pan of cookies that she's a 50 housewife dress and she's done up. So that's that actually. And if, like the gal who wrote that book is like, oh, it's nice to see you pretty. But beyond that, you get access to the Road Trip podcast. It's $2 a month. If you like me rambling while I hike or drive a car. They're not all terribly long. They're like sometimes 20 minutes, sometimes an hour. That's about it. And then the third link is a link to my Amazon affiliate program, which we don't talk much about because everyone's focused on super chats and monetizing and this. But don't forget Amazon. If you get into the good habit of going to my Amazon affiliate link there, all your purchases, I get a 6 to 7% commission on. And I do actually make a little bit of money. That does actually go to help pay for, I was going to say tuition. It goes, where is it going now? It is going into railing. Your donations will be going to railing to make sure people do not fall down the stairs. And then get into the good habit of going there first. Don't go to Amazon.com. I don't get any money. You go to olderbrother.com/donate. You click on the Amazon banner, and then you go. Then Amazon, oh, you came from Aaron's site. Okay. And then they give me money. You don't pay anything extra. So, Doctor, when are you starting an OnlyFans? Never. I've thought about it. I have too much on my plate. I thought about, because what's his name? Glendon Cameron did that. He started an OnlyFans. And he ended up becoming like in one of the top 10 money earners. And he's doing it to spoof, to show you that, hey, I'm an old black dude who's kind of a little overweight. And even I could get in the top 10%. Like, you girls are not making this much money. Showing you how skewed things were. All right. Is that it? That is it. All right. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.